Good morning, it is Elizabeth Bratcher, Psychic Medium, and I am here to do your daily reading for the 7th of June. So thank you very much for joining me today. It is always appreciated. So how it works, guys, is I'm just going to pull 3 cards. All you need to do is just allow your energy to decide to which you were drawn. Okay, number 1, number 2, or number 3. Some of you will be drawn to more than one number, and that is completely fine. So what the daily insight and guidance readings are for is to give a little bit of insight and guidance, specifically that, into the bigger picture that's going around at the moment. So you will find that the cards resonate from one day to the next, or so they should. But other than that, I'm using my own deck, the Elysical, and I'm going to pull 3 cards randomly from the deck. So let's get started. Right, so there's number 1. It's number 2. And finally for today, here's number 3. So just take a moment, guys, and just focus. Is your energy drawn to number 1, number 2, or number 3? Beautiful. So I'm just going to put number 3, number 2 up. So number 1, you've got worry and doubt. All right, let's have a look and see what else comes in. So worry and doubt, it's about taking things one step at a time. If you've got problems, strategies, plans, everything else like that that are giving you a little bit of cause and concern, all you need to do is break those down one step at a time. And I feel like number 1, that is where it's applying for you today. Yes, some of you will have general worries and concerns around you, but we're reading for lots. And I feel that majority of you today are actually worried and have worry and doubt around good positive steps that you've decided to take. Okay, so let's see what else wants to add to it. So we've got the Cycles card. And we've also got the Freedom card. Nice. Okay, so guys, what I want to say to you, number 1, is exactly that I started with. I feel like this worry and doubt's very much coming off of, well, how do I, instead of what should I? And so I want to say to you, there's just that, breaking it down one step at a time, tackle one task at a time, let that information come into you at a pace in which you're able to consume it properly, okay? So you've got the Cycles card that sits there as well, okay? Beginnings and endings, a natural order of things, all right? And so it's asking you to embrace the ideas and the changes that are around you at the moment. They're a natural order of things. Then you've got the Freedom card, which is release, self-love and determination, which, you know, is very much the qualities that are going to link in here around this problem solving, okay? So number 1, your plans, your strategies, your goals, everything else like that, break them down into steps, okay? Don't allow yourself to be overwhelmed with information. This is a nice positive energy that's there, so don't let it turn into a negative energy by feeling overwhelmed, okay, or by tackling too much at once. Look after yourself through the processes, but your plans and your strategies break down into steps, okay? So number 1, that is what I have for you today. Let's have a look and see what number 2 wanted to offer. Trust, self-trust. Self-trust and belief is where it all begins. Amen, sisters and brothers, absolutely. Without self-trust, without self-belief, you will get nowhere. And I feel that is your key message today, number 2. You need to have your self-trust and your self-belief in check. Oops, I'm dropping my cards everywhere. All right, let's pull out a couple more cards for number 2. So you've got the Intentions card and you also have the Completions card. Nice. Okay, number 2, you've been working towards this, so it's nice to see it actually starting to come in, okay? So number 2, what I want to say is, as I said, you've got the trust, so that self-trust and belief is where it all begins, your intentions and the completions card, okay? So with this completions card, it's got the heavier energy than the sunset card that's there. It usually brings about a more dramatic closure, okay? But it doesn't mean that it's any less of the ability to rebuild, all right? And so number 2, I want to say, and so your key message to me seems to be the message on this card today. Self-trust and self-belief is where it all begins. I feel you need to remember that and make sure your intentions reflect this belief, okay? If your intentions don't reflect this belief, you're going to find that this progressive energy that's actually starting to tap around you now is going to falter backwards, okay? So you've got endings that come in from this self-belief and these intentions being in place. It's a natural order of things, okay? It's a natural order. These completions need to actually happen in order for you to move forward. There's a lot of emotion and things like that involved in them. As I said, it's the more destructive of the completion card, but it doesn't mean that we can't be rebuilt, okay? Just means we need to look after each other and very much sit in this energy. Otherwise, this is going to overwhelm us. Okay, so number 2, very much so your message for the day is that That self-trust and self-belief is where it all begins, and it's where it's going to take you to where you want to be, okay? Don't let this energy let you feel like you're not on track. All right, number 3, procrastination. One of my favourite cards. I don't know if it's my favourite, but it's certainly the one that I resonate with the most on some days. All right, number 3, let's have a look and see what else wants to come out. Challenging matters of the heart. And clearing out the stables. Okay, so you've got some work to do, number 3. But we've known this for a couple of weeks. All right, so procrastination, creating delays to avoid action. You've got the heartache card, which is challenging matters of the heart. Clearing out the stables, out with the old and in with the new. Now, I feel like these cards are relatively in order today because I feel like they're saying to me that you're bringing in procrastination around, you're creating delays to avoid action because you know what you've got to deal with is a challenging matter of the heart, and you know as well that it involves shoveling that shit out of the stable, okay? And so what I want to say to you, number 3, though, is nothing changes if nothing changes. If you want this energy to start shifting forward, we need to start releasing some of this procrastination, and we need to bring in a little bit more focus. Okay? And so number 3, it's quite a clear, simple message that says stop avoiding doing what you needs to be done, okay? Yes, it's going to be challenging, but it's also going to move you forward and start you on that next journey to where you need to be, where you want to be, whether it be emotionally, physically, spiritually, business, whatever it is for you, okay? Number 3, procrastination. No more creating delays to avoid action. All right, ripping the Band-Aid off and allowing the new journeys and the new energies to begin. So it's quite nice, guys. I can feel that there's definitely a shift starting to come about, especially between number 2 and 3. Number 1, I feel like that shift come in already a little bit for you. And so, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I want to give you a quick reflection of the cards. So you've got procrastination as number 3, self-trust with number 2. Got the camera close today, haven't I? And worry and doubt with number 1. Okay, so there's the cards. Guys, if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You will find the weekly tarot reads out across today. I look forward to delivering those to you each week, and I hope that you enjoy receiving them. So, yeah, if you haven't already, please subscribe. You'll find me on Facebook under the same name, Elizabeth Bratcher, Psychic Medium. But until tomorrow, have a beautiful day, guys. Stay safe and do something beautiful with the day.